Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for February the 25th, 2025. Chris is in chat with me and Pi is in the other chat.
Stirring in my pan, actually, as I'm at it. But honestly, honest to you, I'm stirring in my pan.
I had a long workout at the gym yesterday and my trainer's like, make sure you have some extra calories today. I'm like, okay, that's fine, sounds good. And I'm sitting there eating food at home. I got some carry out for some stuff and made some food for later in the day. And I track everything. Final calorie count was
foreshadowing.
Yeah, it was under everything that it's supposed to be. And I'm like, shoot. I'm out of food in the house too. Yeah. It's Taz. Good morning, Taz.
Oh my God, he's alive.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah.
Hi, Taz. How are you feeling?
A bit better. My voice doesn't sound like gravel anymore.
Sounds normal to me now, actually.
A little quiet, but normal, yeah. Taz, I sent Taz a message about a project I want to work on. And the message I sent was very explicit. I'm not going to start working on this till after the anniversary event. So last night, I'm sitting in front of the TV, and I get this ping. You want to start working on the project? No! No!
You don't throw a net to Taz and then expect him to drop it. No.
Then he promptly has his version of it, which is really cool.
I assume amazing. It's secret?
No, it's not secret. Well, so I wanted to start working on the book on builds, but part of that was, I've got this project I've been meaning to do for over 2 years. And to do it, I need to turn my Acheron into a good machine. Good fighting machine. So I sent that message off to Taz.
Acheron. Is that the alternate version of the Styx Dreadnought?
It's the Terran version that Wesley flies.
Because I've got the Styx, I never got the Acheron.
The Acheron was...
That's a big thing, right?
Yeah, it was a drop box.
It's the hammerhead-looking one.
Right, okay.
It does resemble somewhat the Styx, though.
Is that actually a carrier?
Yeah, full carrier.
So they made it a carrier dreadnought, right?
And you can make it look like the Styx if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, it's interchangeable. I mean, they foreshadowed its existence by accidentally dropping the Hammerhead model into the cosmetic, so you could actually have the Hammerhead without owning it before it was even out, because they had it in a tailor. Someone discovered it accidentally, and I had it at least for 2 years before I swapped it back on my Styx.
That is cool.
Oh. Pardon me, I'm just munching some vegan gyros.
Vegan?
Pretending to be chicken, but it's really good.
Oh, okay.
It really tastes like chicken, and looks like chicken. It's even got the consistency of a chicken.
It occasionally, when I lived here, used to buy pretend meat, and some of it's fairly tasty and the consistency is good. And then I realized
it depends
how much artificial stuff they have to throw into that to make it meat-esque.
Oh, no, actually, the ones here, they're usually made out of some sort of textured protein, I guess. Yeah, some textured protein from grain or like beans of sorts. They just textured it. There's no chemistry in it, no preservatives or anything like it. I mean, the ones I'm buying. I will not buy anything that's, having half of the particle table in it.
Let's see. Impossible plant-based beef has... This is just the raw beef. Water, soy protein concentrate, sunflower oil, coconut oil, natural flavors, methyl cellulose cultured dextrose, modified starch extract, yeast extract, soy stuff, salt, mixed tocopherols, L-tryptophan, soy protein isolate, vitamins and minerals, thiamine, hydrochloride. Those are all vitamins, so that's okay.
Yeah,
so, okay, that's not horrible compared to some of them.
And I mean, yeah, some of those will be highly processed and they will be more meat-like, but they will be... I don't know if that's too healthy to have so much, different elements in it.
Well, the thing you have to be kind of aware of is soy isn't necessarily good for everyone. And by the way, good morning, Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. You mean as an allergy, or?
Soy in the body can be a precursor to several hormones, both in men and women, and it can affect your hormonal balance in both men and women. And especially
Really?
yeah, so you do have to, pay attention to it. For women, it can be beneficial. For men, it can be detrimental, especially if you're getting older and having prostate issues. So it's always a check with your doctor type thing. I mean,
Oh.
some is never going to be an issue unless you've got an allergy, but having a very soy-based diet can be an issue.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't like soy, and the vegan stuff I ever buy doesn't ever contain it, so I'm alright.
It's one I actually love. And my midwife, who does a lot of my nutritional counseling, is like, it's some of it's fine, in moderation. Everything in moderation.
I mean, they used to treat issues back in the day with arsenic that was in
Yeah, that's not
moderation, and it was
particularly
helping you
Yeah.
actually.
Well, this isn't that bad for you. You just have to be aware of it.
Yeah.
So back in the day, there was this really good brew pub in Chicago that had vegan burgers made with wild rice, black beans. I'm trying to think
Oh.
what else was in it. Another kind of bean, chickpeas, and something else. It didn't taste like beef. It didn't taste like chicken. It tasted like what it was, and it was amazing. Absolutely delicious.
Yeah, sometimes you can get the vegan stuff right.
Yep.
And it will just taste most amazingly. Like, honestly, the vegan stuff I try to eat every now and then is usually just, on the right balance between the taste and the texture,
Well, I think it's always
but
a matter
still
of
not
the
being highly
balance.
processed. But I was always inquisitive about the ingredients of my food. So if I know that it's, too much chemistry in it, I will just not touch it because I will feel it. I don't know if I have a sensitive palate, but I will feel if it's too processed.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. I'm going to send you to an invitation. I need to do one of the event things. I don't care what it is. I just need to start it. Taz, are you not in?
I reinstalled my computer this morning.
Okay.
What? Did something happen?
No, I just got bored.
My God.
So I'm currently installing my motherboard.
Oh my gosh.
So you're out of commission.
Until the installation is complete, I'm thinking running Star Trek Online next to it would be a bad idea.
Probably
Since
yes.
it is the motherboard and all.
Yeah. No, that would be
Yeah,
a bad
thank-
idea. Well, Chris and I will go off. Chris, is there anything you'd like to do?
Well, I've got one dreadnought and need to kill Terran ships in the battle zone, so nothing too fancy. I'm okay
well,
with anything. You can write any of the event stuff. You can do the patrol.
Yeah, why don't we do, what is it? Unwanted guests?
That's a Kinger system, right?
Yeah, that's Kinger. It's the equivalent of
Ninth rule.
Nitro. Thank you. That
Yeah.
the coffee hasn't hit the line. Also, did I miss the anniversary free ship? No. It goes on through the 14th. I think you still have time. If you might need to buy out the end of it, but I think you might still have time. Hold on a second. Let me do the math real quick before we start this.
I'm halfway through. The event is until March 14th.
And you have to do it over 20 times. But no, you could start today.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can start today and still make it, I think.
Oh, was there another free ship this year?
No. I mean, they did give
They gave out some coupons, but that was one day only.
It was anniversary of Voyager that was given away, but that was
That was a
come and
while
gone.
ago. Anyway, I'm in Kinger's system if you'd like to launch.
Yeah.
The literally free T6, that's always a ticket. Yes, you did miss that. That was a one day only. It was at the beginning of February.
Yeah. Yeah, and the free tier 6 that was a coupon. Yeah, that was.
I'm ready to go.
Is that type F in chat? RIP?
Oh, F as in F. F, 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 F. Effity FFF, yes.
Oh, Game of Hadar. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You must close the vortex as soon as possible. We cannot allow it to remain open.
That weird climbing telling me to do what I need to do. So I'm gonna do everything not to.
Don't do it. Shoot anything you want to. I have to get a little bit of plasma damage, but nothing major.
The enemy has sent reinforcements.
Reinforcements that don't come from the vortex? Interesting.
Yeah, they're special. Maybe they came through before and they were hiding.
You are clear to
Oh, they're special care if anything.
Yeah, exactly. Obi-Wan says, well, fine. I'm just going to get myself an ice cream and be sad.
I don't know if you can be effectively sad with ice cream, honestly.
Yeah, that's a really good point. That is a fine point.
well done.
So I'm going to be up in Chicago on Friday, and part of my brain is like, you could go over to the really nice cake shop near your old home and buy yourself a cake.
Cake? What kind of cake?
I haven't been there in forever. I was going to fly up, and for obvious reasons,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
remember.
flying anywhere in the States for a while.
Not waste any time. Close the vortex while you can.
And then I realized I'd be obliged to eat the entire cake by myself.
Sensor
I mean, you can dose it.
Yeah, I can...
The harmony has been restored to.
Or you can't.
Cake shouldn't be on my diet as a regular thing, so I switched it out and told the boys I'd take them out for dinner instead. And get dessert that night.
Maybe get a cookie or a muffin.
No, they don't do muffins.
Aww.
It's not that kind of bakery. It's not a trendy bakery. They have been around since before I was born. It is an
So
old
they
school...
didn't learn how to do muffins, or
Muffins are too trendy. No.
how they
make
just want to do?
amazing pastries, amazing cakes, and really, I mean, it's old school. It's bread, it's rolls, it's little Italian-style cookies.
Oh, I got myself a dreadnought. Was that a cube, probably?
Yeah, the cubist dreadnought.
That checks out on my endeavor
You
list.
could share with Chad. Yes, well, you guys could come over, and I would share it with you. There's a local pastry shop that sells individual slices of cake, but it's not as good.
There is a pastry. I mean, I still hope it is there, but they're not cheap,
They never fail to underestimate us.
but their stuff is divine, and they do it the traditional way, like a grandma would.
Yep.
The owner does all those recipes just the way like they used to do. We call them equivalent of croissant, but it's not really the same kind of dough because it's not the French dough, so it's not like layered little layers of paper like it looks like on the inside,
Okay.
but it's like
Victory!
it's a crunchy type of
That's interesting.
Dough.
I'm curious what the dough is.
let me see.
Less flags. Obi-Wan says, "Do it for me, Mom." I assume that means eat the cake. So, in case you're curious, the technical term for the doughs that have got the layers in them is called laminated.
I think it's still let's see.
On YouTube, or maybe it's on TikTok. I don't watch TikTok, but sometimes, they
Yeast
get put on
croissant.
both.
So they're made of yeast,
Yeah, all-
actually. So that's
all
like
croissants
a
are made of
traditional
yeast.
cake. Yeah, but the ones that the French are making, they usually are like super light on the inside but buttery at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, so what you do is you make a yeast dough, usually with milk, egg, a little bit of butter, a little bit of salt and sugar, and flour, and you roll it out, and then you take a huge lump of butter, fold it up, and then you start rolling it out, fold it, roll it out, fold it, roll it out, and that's what gives you the layers in between. And that's the process of lamination. And that's, it's not actually French. I want to say it's Austrians that first did that one.
Yeah, they will use. What is it? God,
Excuse me
funny
one
thing is, I know.
second. Ophi! Ophelia!
Uh huh.
Somebody's outside breathing or something. Must
Oh
bark at
no!
it!
How dare?
Yeah, really.
Mm. Right. So
Okay, that got me started.
they'll
Okay.
use wheat flour,
Yep.
fresh yeast,
Yeah.
milk, butter,
Uh-huh.
sugar, pinch of salt, 3 eggs. Um, and they also do a little coating on it that's
Okay.
made out of the egg yolk and spoon of milk.
Yep.
And they mix it together and they just. But it's solid. It's like a solid dough. It's not.
Oh.
It's not layering itself during the baking process.
Yes,
And it's usually
I'm
made
reading
with
about it
some
right
sort
now.
of jam. They look a little bit differently than normal croissant. I mean, they will have the same shape, but the interior is very different.
Yeah, it's a
And
yeast dough. I'm looking at this thing here. So the shape is similar, but you're right, it doesn't have the lamination.
yeah, it looks different, and they are sometimes covered with a little bit of powdered sugar. They're usually with some sort of jam filling, which is something of homemade, and they're making it homemade. My grandma, before before she had dementia and is becoming kind of like unconscious what she's doing and slapping around her, she used to do those. I bought them once,
Not the
and
same.
I kept coming because their taste is exactly the same.
Oh,
After the texture, after the jam type, I was surprised how well this tastes. How almost exactly the same it tastes like. I'm just like, what the hell? How did you do this?
my one grandmother, my mom's mom. I won't say she was a great cook. She was a great cook. She was not a chef. She was a great cook. But it's something I have heard from all you guys over there in Europe about how sweet American things are. When I go
Yeah.
back and I look at her recipes for desserts, oh my God, it's like so much sugar in there, and and I get it because it was important to get the calories up for people working on a farm, but going back and trying to redo some of her old recipes, one, they never taste the same, and two, oh my God, they're so sweet.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
No, but that's the thing. That bakery nailed them.
Wow. Well,
The jam is never sweet. It usually is fruity, but it's not sweet like like it consists of sugar. It does have a little bit of sourness to it.
clearly, I'm coming over to visit you when I go over to visit Pi. Pi is going to take me to eat cake and sandwiches and beer, because those are the three words I can remember. And then I'll come over and visit you, and we can go eat Polish versions of croissants.
Then you will have to try our donuts. I mean, we
Oh,
don't have we
please.
don't call them donuts, but
What do you call them?
we call them ponchki, which is
Oh, yeah. It's the same here.
yeah,
Because there's so
But
many regional
it-
bakeries,
yeah.
especially in Chicago, huge Polish community. So I used to work at a German bakery, and at this time of year, they would start preparing the punchki, which are the
Yep.
donuts that you eat the day before Lent starts.
Yep.
And they would also have a donut that you would eat on New Year's Day, Krapfen, which were donuts, but they were filled with a more sour jam, like apricot jam or lemon curd, or something that was supposed to help with the hangovers.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sugar after when you've got a hangover is not a good thing, but you think it's a good thing right until it
I mean,
hits your stomach.
if it's heavy with something really fatty, really concrete, it does like settle down, I guess.
Yeah, no, fatty things after you've been drinking aren't good, but I think maybe that's where the sour thing worked, is you didn't realize it was so, I don't want to say greasy, because these weren't. They were really delicious. And I always wanted them to make them year-round, because, lemon donuts, yes! Apricot donuts, yes! I like the sour ones. I'm just not a huge fan of strawberry or Raspberry's tolerable, but strawberry, eh. Even the cream fillings, ugh. What shall we
I
do?
get it.
You got your dreadnought. I got some plasma damage.
Actually, I just got stuff at work, but I could do something in the Badlands.
Sure. Oh, that's right. You had Terran ships. Would you rather do
Yeah,
Jupiter or Radis?
I have them in the battle zone.
Oh, you
I
have them in
can't.
battle zone. I'm off to the battle
Yeah.
zones then. Actually, I'm not too far away. I'm on Defura, so I'll be right there.
You're in Defura? I'm in Defura.
Oh,
What?
Were you in the good Defura or were you in evil Defura?
Well, I mean, I'm in the system where you are.
Oh,
But
I
I
was
was doing
down
some following
planet
damage
side
on
doing
ground.
one of the Omegas yesterday.
Oh, there are megas
I
there?
will say, yeah, well, it depends. But yeah, there can be. But it's been kind of fun. I've unfortunately been Omega hunting, but on the other accounts, I've been doing the daily one so I can get all of the emotes for the person I'm babysitting for. Because they had never picked up the emotes. I'm in the Badlands now. Good morning, Cliff. Let's see what's going on here. Oh,
Right.
it looks like it just reset, so we've got quite a few places we can take.
That's good.
I'll wait for you to get here.
I'm entering the Badlands now.
See you there. How about we go to the 5 o'clock position? Those tend to spawn quite a few.
5 o'clock?
Yes, if I can remember how clocks work. Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's 5 o'clock. Okay. Yep. I've got 30 of them, so
Yep, we should be able to do it.
the
on that
more the better.
one. See,
the
hopefully
more
nobody's
the
started
better.
this one yet.
Yeah, usually the furthest ones are the least started. Although, okay, I think they're untouched. Yeah.
Waiting for you to get close. There you are. Okay. If you don't start the generators, it'll continue to spawn for a while.
Oh, I have no intention of starting the generators.
I had a tendency to knock out 20, then do the generators because it would spawn the extra 10, and I'd get a little lithium out of it. The lithium be good.
Still a shame that you can't process more than 8 per day, unless you.
Yeah, like I'm getting
You
anywhere
fancy-
close to that lately. It's Graz! Good morning, Graz!
Good morning.
How are you today?
Hey there.
Just woke up.
Yeah, me too. The coffee still hasn't quite hit the bloodstream yet. I was going to take myself off to class last night. And by the time I got home from the gym, it was almost 4 o'clock, and I thought, okay, I could jump in the house, change clothes real quick, jump in the car, the dogs are... Oh, I'm going to have to feed the dogs. Okay. All of a sudden I realized, I guess we're going to class on Wednesday. So I had an exciting evening of doing Omega hunting. How's your count doing?
I'm over halfway there.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't take long actually. I wonder how big of a chance is there that eventually they'll kick off a project of making like other weapons look more like they do in canon.
That's a good
Because
question.
they did with the pulse phasers a really good job, and I'm wondering, the speed is right. They just need to tweak a little bit of the visual, and they could do the Discovery ones really spot on because they don't look anything like they did on the show.
So far, they've been doing a great job in terms of tweaking on some of the old details that people want. Hopefully, they'll backtrack and start working on some of the old bugs that we.
Yeah, and that's such a minor change. You know, it doesn't require them to rewrite the entire system. It's just a little bit of work on the effects, I guess. All the effects in the game regarding just one type of weapon.
Pi says, "Did anyone see the trailer for Andor Season 2? No, I did not.
No.
I didn't even see that it had come out as a trailer yet.
Yeah, it didn't come up in my feeds anywhere.
I'm surprised." Cliff says, "I watched Gladiator 2 last night. I thought it was really good, although there's a couple things I didn't like. There are things I liked about it, but it just felt like they were redoing Gladiator 1.
Yeah, they just wanted to do it for modern audiences, I guess.
It's not bad, though. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm going to recommend it, but I'm also going to say, hey, if you want to go see it, go see it. I'm glad I saw it on cable and didn't pay money in a theater.
Yeah, I mean, it probably was made to see in the theater, but I don't think that quality of the script is actually worth it, paying for a theater
I like
ticket.
Pedro Pascal. That's the problem. I will want to watch anything he's in.
Yeah, I feel you.
Let's see.
What I like about Pedro Pascal is that he doesn't hold back about how much of an ally he is to a lot of people. He doesn't seem like there's any toxicity in him. I mean, you know, this is just a facade he's putting up for the public, but...
Could be, but it still works.
Yeah, it still works, plus he really put out a very positive picture of himself.
Let's see.
One of the...
Pi's given the link for the Andor trailer, so if anybody wants to see it, it's there.
I don't remember anything about Andor Season 1. It happened so long ago.
Yeah, I'm going to go back and rewatch it. I think I'll rewatch it as soon as I find out for sure when Andor 2 is coming out. I remember
scenes. I remember like specific frames with people like Mon Mothma.
Oh.
But beyond that, story is completely lost.
I think I was watching too much stuff right then and just... I enjoyed it, though. I really liked it.
It came around like all the other Mandalorian things and the other stuff, so it was kind of like just busy to watch everything all at once.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I have the similar feeling anyway. I'm done, by the way, so I'm just doing the satellites.
We can do the generators if you want. We'll get real quick to lithium.
Yeah, I'm just doing them.
Okay. This one.
I think that was third stage.
2. 3.
You sometimes need some sort of outlet, like a game that is cozy. You ever reach out for cozy stuff? Like, I don't know, not a game, but something with a cozy vibe that can be in the background and just...
I've been
helps
listening
your mind settle.
Things like movie reviews.
2 generators offline. 1 to go.
What did we miss?
What? I did all 3. Hello?
Got this one over here. It's still got a red arrow over it, though. Let's see. Oh. There we go.
Probably third stage.
Yeah, no, 4th stage. Our final stage. Come on, really?
Why would you provide any information where this is happening? Why would you? No, of course not.
Generators are offline.
Let's raise a
couple of ships left here.
Stop them.
no context whatsoever. Figure it out on your own. Love receiving that kind of support tickets. I'm just preparing them for work for other people, so I'm not gonna work with them, but I'm already like getting my nerves worked out. Is that just...
Did we finish that one? Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Did
We
we?
got the rewards. We didn't actually have the lithium in them, unless I missed it.
Should have given us some. Let's see here. No, I'm not seeing that.
Rode up, you're robbed.
Hang on. I don't know how to tell. Run this soon. Yeah, it looks like we got all the lithium.
Okay.
It's only like 40 to lithium. 42. I'm leaving the zone. Alright. I'm going to jump over and look at that trailer for Andor real quick. I'll keep the volume off so we don't get a nice copyright strike.
Can you do a copyright strike for something that's in public
Yes.
domain like
You
YouTube?
absolutely can.
That's dumb. Oh god, okay. I don't know. I'll put it that way. My flipper is lying on the bed and snoring.
Mine are downstairs. They didn't even come up today. They're like, we don't need to be up there.
Oh, he'll never leave my side. He's just like, I'm stuck with him. It's just like, I'm never leaving your side, Dad. He's such a sweetheart. All things considered. Getting back to the fair, I still have like some polar damage to do on the ground and just do that shooting Borg. No target practice, fun, and something useful for the galaxy. Fine, I'll just assign it like this and hope for the best.
Well, that trailer looks excellent. I had to do it without
Oh,
sound.
does
but
it?
Looks, yeah, it really does look good.
They've been cooking it for quite a while. I think they've been very careful considering all the
All the negative press out there right now about everything
feedback
Disney.
from all the other shows. Yeah, I'm wondering if they're being very careful.
Well, they need
I
to
mean,
be.
the story is there. It's like I have no issues with like the setting, although it is kind of sad that you already know how the ending of it is going to be because it's predetermined by Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, yeah. I don't like to know. That's my problem with prequels.
Yeah.
Like not prequels in Star Wars, but just general prequels.
Mhm.
You are setting yourself for some certain level of expectation, and the drama has very big limit on what can you do.
Good morning,
Because
Obi-Wan.
you can't really subvert the expectation that the main protagonist dies if we know him from something that happened later.
That the main protagonist dies. So that actually kind of gets back to what I was just thinking about going to see Star Wars on Sunday. Was one I was telling you the other day that it was still compelling because it's so well done that even though I've seen it a bazillion times, I still was very concerned that the Death Star was going to get to Yavin too early, and they were going to get blown up. And I've seen it
even though you know how it ends, yeah.
But it's
Did you see like a theater version or something?
the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra did the music live while playing the movie.
Yeah, San Francisco does it all the time. I've been meaning to go for a while.
Go. I absolutely go if the orchestra's
They
even
always nail them as far as I hear. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I hear it's all.
Okay, Cliff says great storytelling. It's true. Great storytelling is exactly what's going on. And I think that's where the last three got weak, especially the last two got weak versus the first
They're
three.
not telling a story.
Yeah, they're not telling a story. They're showing you pew-pew. And I want to see the story, and I want to understand. Doing a minimal amount of work, he was able to infer backstories for Han and Chewie in particular. There's no real backstory that's going on for Leia. You get very inferred
for decades.
And but you get Luke's story, so you get really invested in Luke. and then that's who we're following, and that's kind of what I liked about Andor. Is you get more invested in the characters, and the pew going on around them it's nice, but it's not the story.
It's the same kind of storytelling.
Yeah, that's it. It's storytelling, which
Yeah,
is what
that-
it's
They
supposed to
definitely
be.
took the best out of what original Star Wars were about.
Yeah.
It was about the storytelling.
Yeah, that's why at least one person that I know of said that he likes the prequels because they might not be good movies per se, but they're good Star Wars. At least they tell, they are the prequels to the main Star Wars movies, but still,
Yep.
at least
They were still telling a story.
Yeah,
There was still
and I think
something
that's where
unfolding.
things like Acolyte in particular didn't tell a story at all.
Exactly. They were trying to push something else, and I was like, I mean, it's a little too felt there. The other thing that just pissed me off was, come on, man, you guys had Carrie Ann Moss and you killed her in 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Get out
I
of here.
know. And
Come
I will
on,
give
that's
I
just
will
too
give
cool.
the language warning here. So language.
Yeah.
But yeah, come on, you put Carrie Ann Moss in it and she dies.
It's
What
right
the
there.
heck? You know, we all want to watch that, and I think she was
You
a
guys
little annoyed.
got her in shape and on board just
Yeah.
to do that. Come on, man. There's no way.
We love her.
Oh, they definitely had a opportunity and they missed the mark.
Yeah, and even though
I
they
think
come
that show
back,
died in editing.
they've got her back in later episodes. You know, telling what went on
Right.
before that, but it's not a particularly well written character.
It's just lacking depth. A lot, like every little piece was like, "Oh, we have a cool character." And I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
I'm listening." And I'm like, I'm still listening." when does the rest come?
We're waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you write by committee, that's what happens.
I think that's what happened to Wonder Woman too. Like the second one died in editing for sure.
And it's the worst thing ever because the first one was very compelling. Like there was authenticity in the story. Like Wonder Woman was so well translated to the screen, even though she was like I love the scenes where she was alien, but her naive approach
Naivety.
our modern world made it work. And then they made the second movie when it's completely gone, and she's so it was not there, and they suddenly found a pathetic reason to bring back her boyfriend, which was like stupidest thing of all. And it was done by the same people, the same director, scriptwriter, I think. And it's like how people who made the first one work could have screwed it so badly.
Well, there's things in that movie. A good example I've seen in I forget what other movies I've seen it in the last 10 years, but there's a couple scenes in Wonder Woman 2 where if you saw it in theaters, you definitely know what I'm talking about. It definitely died in editing. There are scenes where it goes from pitch dark black edited scene, and then there's we're gonna blind you now. I'm like, oh god, my eyes.
Yeah, it went to over
so many times.
in two scenes. That was weird as well. I don't know how that happened. With all
And then
the
there's
money.
pieces. Right, and that was my that's where I think you're right. I was like, there's no way with that much backing. And then there's other pieces where you can tell it's a soundstage that jumps from the set shot to this was definitely done in post, and you can hear the audio drop in the same scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, that was really ugly.
Oh, Cliff
It pulls you out of the movie.
Cliff says probably rushed. The thing is, it's actually the opposite. On some things, it is rushed.
I think it was stretched.
No, it was
Yeah.
re-edited a bunch.
Yeah,
No, there
it's
was a bunch of
re-edited.
controversy
they
on
go
Wonder
back,
Woman
they
2.
reshoot scenes, they change the scenes, because they've now taken to filming a movie, getting everything ready, set to go, and then they take it to a test audience, and the test audience goes, no. And they're, oh, crud, we got to redo that.
But
Yeah.
they don't actually listen to the test audience feedback properly.
No, they
And
just
that's
listen
not
to the, we
limited-
didn't like it.
Yeah, they just listen
Right.
to the.
So they just guess
to
after
the
that.
summary,
Yeah.
and then they're guessing why. They never listen to why was it bad. They never ask the questions why was it bad. They just ask the general outcome without actually figuring out the parts that didn't work. But that's not only limited to films, because I've seen games that have last minute change
Yeah.
their aspect of the story because the test audiences didn't like it, and actually the game suffered for it. Because there's a huge dissonance between what happens in the story between what happens in the gameplay, and then there's the finale that's supposed to be this big dramatic summary of the events, and they completely ruined it by making a completely different ending. And that's because their audiences told them, "Oh no, it's too depressing." Ew. So they made a Disney ending, and it's like, okay, well now it's kind of sucks because it doesn't tell the story with the morale of the story.
I mean, that's what made Rogue One shockingly good. Was I heard about all the different test audiences they tried on. I heard about the alternate endings that they originally wanted, or the ones they pitched to Disney, saying, "Here's the Disney version," and then they said, "This is actually how we want the movie to end. Are you guys cool with this?" And they were like, "Actually, send it." And they did. And I was like, "Yes!" It ended with the bad guys winning. That was awesome.
You have to do that though. If you're going to do
You got to, yeah. This is Empire Strikes Back.
exactly,
It's the same
that's
thing.
exactly what I was going to say. Empire Strikes Back is a great movie because the good guys don't win, and it's it's just
It ends on a
great
low,
setup.
a huge low.
Huge low. But it makes you hopeful for the next movie.
You're hopeful for the third movie to pick it up, and it
did.
And the way it just sets us up feeling, oh my god, what's gonna happen now? How are they gonna get out of this mess? I remember biting my nails, even though those films were out.
Yeah.
When I was watching them, and I was so anxious to see the next one because I knew there was a next one, and I was like, oh my god, how did they resolve this? So yeah, I still remember my anxiety as a kid. I don't know, I was like maybe 7 or 8.
The only thing I like about
like,
The Acolyte was seeing the dark side from another point of view, but I don't know that we did see the dark side from another point of view.
No, we didn't. It's
the
not evil.
characterization is so poor.
Yeah, there's no depth on the bad guys. I'm like, okay, huh?
You see,
he seems a little depressed, but he's not. He has nothing to lose.
The closest thing we see to seeing the other side of the dark side is Anakin in the last 2 of the prequels, but not even. I mean, you understand a bit. It's just not well enough written to really understand.
Yeah, that's
you have to be told
Lucas,
how to interpret it to actually figure it out, but it's not actually obvious through the story, if I understand correctly.
And what's really
that's where I'm tripping out on episode 3. Apparently, the rough cut was 4 hours, where they spent an hour on Anakin becoming Vader, and then an hour on the actual Clone Wars, and the Fall of the Jedi. And I was like, oh man, please, where's that cut?
Yeah, where is that cut sitting? Release it now. Because, I'm sorry, but the scene where Anakin just is from, I've said that already. What have I done? I pledge myself to your teachings, Master. And I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, there's some story there we didn't get to see. But
give away.
Yeah, there's an hour of footage on that whole fall apart.
Well, if you're going to make him somebody who would fall to the dark side, you've got to either make him a little bit more stupid, which
I could have no, he was not that stupid. That's the problem.
Right, so that's why you have to really craft the story well to show how much his childhood and all his experiences affected him. But they didn't do that.
They gave him so much conviction immediately. I was like, where did that come from, dude?
Yeah, and I could have easily just forego the entire battle between Obi-Wan and General Grievous, because Grievous comes out of nowhere, and I don't care if he lives or dies. I have no interest in the character.
It has nothing to do with affecting the story.
He's not set up. I mean, give that screen time to Anakin. Why he's turning over? I can imagine the reasoning behind his brain, but it's not shown in the film. I'm not
that wasn't 2. That wasn't 2.
I don't have to explain the story to myself. Create a headcanon around it to make it work. That's not my role. It's not supposed to be my role. My role is supposed to believe what's happening on the screen. Even if I don't agree with it, I have to know that it's happening for a reason, and this happened out of the blue. Because he's stopping him from killing Mace Windu on one side in 1 second. Then he's just stepping back, but then he's like, "What have I done?" And almost crying. And then next second, he's just like, "Okay, I'm in the Empire." And I'm like, "What?
Yeah,
that's
I'll be honest. At no point did I ever think he loved Padme that much.
No, that the relationship was fake. It felt too appropriate. It felt too.
I could see her side of it, and I felt it was kind of creepy, weird. She's
It was creepy weird because she fell in
It
love
was.
with someone who's like 20 years her senior or something.
weirdly enough, no. Taz has left us. No, apparently they are not supposed to be that far apart in Taz's
Which
bed. In age. So I complained about that once, and somebody went back in canon and said that, Padme as Queen Amidala
It
was...
was a young girl when she was the queen in
Right, she was...
Phantom Menace.
Right, so she was supposed to be like in her teens. So we're talking about maybe a 10-year age difference, which...
I think it was more like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but he's like 8. That means she's like 13.
Yeah, I think canon-wise she was 14 at the time of Phantom Menace, and Anakin was like 9.
Yeah, no, there's no
So,
way that kid was 9. That kid was 6.
Yeah,
but
I would say. I want to say.
I'm pretty sure she was 14 and he was 9. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, somewhere
because it's in a
around
song.
No, a 5 or 6 year age difference, and we jumped 10 years from Phantom Menace to.
I can live with anything up to a 10-year age difference as being, in the normal range. And
Yeah, it's a 10-year between the first movie and the second one.
Yeah,
But she should not have been queen at 14, and there was no way he was 9.
Yeah.
You tell that to Japan.
No, here's the thing. Naboo, part of the canon for Naboo is pretty much you get the right to vote when you are pretty much it's not, there's no age mandatory voting or restriction. Pretty much if you showed that you have the maturity and intellect to vote, you get the vote.
That's fine. I still don't think that your leader is capable of leading at 14 unless you've got a completely different kind of physiological development where you get mental and emotional maturity at that age.
Yeah, and also,
or
you inherit it.
Showing. That's what Padme showed in Phantom Menace. She was more than enough grown up to make these decisions. She made
which
an
is why I'm saying
decision.
she's not 14.
Well, emotionally, she's not 14. She's definitely emotionally, she's more mature than half the people around her. But that's beside the point. She was. I think there was something. I've heard someone doing an analysis on what happened before the prequels and between them politically. There's a content creator who actually dives into the novels and they explain everything how.
But that's
it's already
somebody was
written,
just
dude.
saying. One of us was just saying you have to make a headcanon to make it work because it's not in the story and it's creepy weird.
That's my problem with
I just go with the old canon.
That's my problem with overly if you know a movie and they suddenly make comics that explain how that stuff happens between the movies, or some sort of follow-up TV series. Not everyone has access to that. Not everyone has interest in comics, so they will not follow that up. And you're supposed to know what happens in them because it's being called back somehow in the follow-up film. I'm sorry, keep the movies self-explanatory. Don't expect me to read into the Star Wars wiki to find out what happened,
research
where they came up from. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not supposed to research it. I'm supposed to take it for granted. If something happens that is important that I need to know, it should start in the Star Wars movie, in the movie crawl, in the opening crawl sequence and the yellow subtitles at the beginning.
Right, that should be the filler.
Let me infer things.
That should be the filler that tells me everything I need to know.
The meat filler.
Yeah.
Han Solo is a great example of you don't need any real backstory to kind of figure him out during the course of the 3 original Star Wars movies. You get enough.
I like that anyway.
Yeah, there's a little bit there. Can we guillotine? Yes, we can guillotine, Chris. Anybody want to join us?
I think
guillotine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Obi-Wan, do you want to join us?
It's not installed at the moment.
Okay,
I know
no worries.
that.
No problem. We can
What?
keep
The Mecha Break beta came back out again, so I'm no games matter at this moment until this game is not on beta anymore.
Okay.
There's only being a Gundam.
Oh, there's a Gundam movie out this Thursday. They're doing a special showing, and I don't know which movie it is. So Thursday we will be on. Mom has not done the Universal. No, this account is maxed out on
Endeavors.
Endeavors. Thank you, that word.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't done that either, and I'm not touching it.
I try to do them just on the 2 lower level ones that still need the work, but honestly, this is Omega hunting time. We have our priorities, Italia. By the way, Italia is keeping us up to speed on our Monty Python moose jokes. So, if you're wondering why she keeps talking about the moose, that's why. So where were we? Backstories, Han Solo, things like that. The movie Solo, a Star Wars story, was horrible. It told us a thing about Han Solo we didn't need to know. I was better educated about his history and his existence and his life before everything, strictly through those 3 movies.
The only redeeming thing about Solo is
As a
it
redeeming
actually
thing.
what? It actually finally explains the Kessel Run.
Oh, that movie was shockingly just so satisfying to watch.
What?
I did not expect that.
Solo?
Solo. I can't imagine anybody asked for it, but oh man, it was so satisfying. I enjoyed it.
I wasn't bored in
I'm
my
sorry, that
life
was
more than
so
watching
bad.
that movie.
It was just a whole movie of like filler details, but I was like, you know what? I'm fine with little fan service. That's cool.
No.
Nah,
No, you're wrong.
nothing satisfying about watching that.
Satalia,
I was-
the captain in the Universal, is the guy who's standing up at the platform. And that's the only captain in the entire thing. And we lost Taz again. And bear in mind, you have to be one of the
Reinstalling or
3 who
rebooting.
does enough damage on it to get the captain. So you might have been firing on him, but if somebody else got more pew on him, you still don't get it. It's another reason I don't worry
Yeah.
too much on it.
It's not fair. But that's how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I couldn't bear to watch the Solo. I watched it in the movie theater, and I wanted my money back when I left it. I was like, this wasn't worth the money I paid for it. There is no redeeming quality. Chewie, no. The cosplayer of Han Solo, nope.
He pulled it
Didn't
off pretty
care.
well, considering we can't use the current one because he's too fucking old. Sorry, he's too
Language.
super old.
language.
Well, that's the thing. Age isn't an issue. They could have easily CGI'd him on top of whoever they choose to play him, and it was.
Okay, try to defend Woody Harrelson being naturally a scoundrel in Star Wars. I dare you. You can't.
Why not?
He looks too innocent in his face to be as.
That's
to
why
pass
he
as
makes
a
Woody
scoundrel.
Harrelson is so naturally awesome. Don't you dare.
So Sally asks a very important question. Is the Star Wars Christmas special canon? Yes, it is.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately,
Yes,
it
it
is.
Uh, well, George took it out of canon.
He doesn't get to. Once he's put it out there, it's for us to decide.
Yeah, but the fans control everything, so it's not.
My goodness. There is a reason that Carrie Fisher was coked out of her brain doing that one.
In our brains, no.
Oh my god.
She was.
I mean, she was through the entire trilogy, I think, but that doesn't change the fact that that was like savage.
I don't know about the entire trilogy, but she certainly was on that one because there's
Oh,
at
she
least
said
one
she
scene where
was.
she stands up and she
Barely
slams
remembers
into a
Empire
table
Strikes Back.
and just keeps going on.
Yeah, but she
Oh,
said she barely remembers shooting Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi. She was
Who does?
completely out of it.
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher
Oh,
said
she
yeah.
had a
admitted in
substance
numerous
issue.
interviews.
Wee-woo?
We have a wee-woo.
She
Yeah,
had a
she said in
substance
numerous
issue.
interviews she was out of the phase with the universe when she was shooting. those.
She's running 100 miles an hour, dude.
That's
Yeah,
really too
everyone-
bad. I kind of understand, but I definitely don't understand.
she was busy partying, dude.
Yeah.
She was having a good old time.
Oh, yeah. It was a shame that she went that path, but she was an adult after all.
Yeah.
Was she?
If she was an adult, yeah.
At that point, yes.
Yeah. Though if you go
How
back and
old was
watch
she when the
Oh,
in A New Hope?
Satalia, it's a TFO, and it's titled Nukara.
Yeah, it's misleading
transmission
because
tactics.
it's misleading the Endeavor to the Endeavor sometimes it does do transdimensional tactics, and then you actually find it under Nukara, and that's kind of confusing because people
So
can't
if
find
you're
it under there.
watching on Twitch at the moment, it's this one here.
Carrie Fisher was 21
Yeah.
in A New Hope.
So the title is
so she was an
Nukara
adult.
Prime Transdimensional Tactics.
Yeah,
If you-
legally, yes, but I don't. Not a mature adult now.
Well, some people take 40 years to mature mentally, and they still don't get that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Some get into their 70s and become a president, and they're still not mature enough. But I won't get into
Oh,
that.
they're making little effort to change that too.
No effort was made. No. Sadly.
Why are we talking about Biden?
It happens.
What?
Say it again?
You were talking about Biden, right?
No, we don't talk politics
Not in the
here.
slightest. No.
Okay.
We're strictly talking Star Wars and Star Trek and things that are important.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, I have to remind myself, and you guys get to remind me too. No politics.
Yeah, I was
here.
talking about De Niro, dude.
Sorry, I
What?
was. Hey, Pi, your EV suit will automatically appear. You don't have to remember the EV suit.
Yeah, that's pre-equipped. You can't
Yeah.
unequip it, I think, at this point.
Not when you're there, you can't.
You can swap it, but...
Remember the good old days when you'd beam down to Nukara and die? Or you'd beam down to the asteroid for mining and you'd
Yep.
die? You'd start choking and then you'd die.
Oh, my favorite of times.
Those were the good old days.
Where's my EV suit?
No. And you're dead.
Yes, this is not a political stream, MP3. Thank you very much.
No.
Can the Red
No,
Angel
not
suit be
in
used
this
as an EV suit? I don't think so.
Maybe we can talk about Star Wars politics, you know?
No, that's fine.
Exactly.
Can the Red Angel be an EV suit? I don't think it can be an EV suit.
All hail the Empire.
The Angel suit? Oh, I don't know.
I don't think so.
It is a suit, but I don't know if it serves as an EV suit. I haven't actually used that in a while. I did like the
It
thing
has its
the
place.
gimmick it did.
Its gimmick is interesting. Let me see here.
I like the visual. It was very
Oh no,
cool.
the visual's great. I apparently don't have it on this one, but it's not let. Oh, let's try that one. Sorry, I'm not shooting things.
Come
it won't
on,
let me
Mr.
look at
Simulator.
these.
Like, sucking my shields off is gonna do anything.
No.
That was graphic.
What?
It's sucking my shields off.
Yeah,
It just sounded silly to me.
sounds wrong.
Sorry, I'm fine.
Star Trek. Dubious language. Well, if anybody can check on that who's not in this TFO, because I can't
Well-
check on that.
To me, whenever the spears use tachyon beam, it feels like it's a tube from a mosquito and just sucking the shields off out of the ship.
Trying to, yes.
Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah, I can understand.
That's my connection. That I always saw them as little mosquitoes trying to suck your shields out. It's like a
Oh,
now you don't.
terribly
Now you don't.
successful.
Now you don't have shields. I'm like, gosh darn it! How dare you? Even though technically tachyon beam just depletes them, but it doesn't actually suck them out.
There we go. I'm aiming for 4.
Why are you trying, Mr. Simulator? Sir? Stop that. You have to die.
Four started.
I'm at 6, so I'm gonna start it up.
Okay.
I don't know how I ended up here, but
You just did.
roll with it.
Projecting shield
I did not see the DS9 meme you posted yesterday. Because for some reason I spent the entire day on my computer and actually accomplished almost nothing.
What did you do?
That's a lie. It's-
I did Omegas when I was home. So actually yesterday was incredibly busy though. Gym, dogs were not cooperating on the walk yesterday. Dogs were doing the
Oh no.
yeah. Oh, we have
Do
to
you like
stop and
eggs?
Pardon? Say that again?
What?
Oh, I said, do you like eggs?
I
That's,
didn't get that.
yeah.
This is from Snatch.
My doggers decided
Yeah.
that it would be a fine day to sniff every single thing on the path. Everything.
Oh yeah, every freaking meter
Yeah.
on the way had to be
Not
stopped.
every
and-
like foot. I finally was tempted to pick up the little one. Oops.
Full investigation.
Yeah. And it's because I didn't take him out for one day. One day.
Well, then everything
One day, a lot
changed,
of
you know?
stuff can change, yeah. A lot
Well,
of things
it
can
had
happen. That's the
thawed.
problem.
Things had thawed, so there's new smells there.
Yeah, other dogs.
Yep. And the dogs that had been there during the winter wall, all that stuff that had been frozen now needs to be re-sniffed because it smells different.
And the cats that just do whatever they want.
I probably could use a little help. Overwhelmed here. Those pesky probes just annoying the
Moving
heck out of me.
to 5. Hello, Mr. Simulator. Here comes the plane. Bam. I love throwing the asteroids at them. Whoever thought to bring that ability into the game, I love you, whoever you are. So much fun, just throwing an asteroid down down in a simulator. That looks so funny.
So Talia, I will go meme hunting when we're done here. Yay, 4 is finally done. Yay. Oops. Okay, we've got 3 restarted. And 3's deactivated again.
Am I protecting it?
Yeah, there's 2 of us here.
Why is it falling then?
Well, I went off to track down something. And one of the adapters slid in and just took it out. Sneaky adapters. No, 2's disabled too.
Oh, okay. I'm on my way. Just finished with 5 and cleaning the leftovers, and then I move between 2 and 3. There is an escaping simulator, so I'll take that one down. Sorry, darling, you were going somewhere. Honey, that's not the way to your demise. That's the wrong direction.
Am I watching the official Andor trailer? Does it have a song in the beginning?
I did it without the audio because I didn't want to risk anything.
Oh.
So I don't know.
Well, given the visual, I see my boy in a TIE. I believe that's a TIE Interceptor, and oh, I'm sold.
It looks good.
It
I
looks
liked Andor, the
really
first one.
cool.
Funny how Rogue One actually worked by an accident more than deliberate attempt, because there was so much stuff happening behind the scenes, like swapping the director, very final
That's
stage,
not the first time
reshoots,
they've had to do
different
that.
endings.
I feel
but
like
it
whoever is
literally
pulling the
succeeded
strings was very
despite
deliberate.
everything. It succeeded despite all the stuff that was happening behind the scenes.
Well, I'm heading.
Not through the effort, but despite
Take care,
it.
Graz.
Okay.
We will.
Yeah.
Game plan is we'll be
head
on
towards
tonight, so
Okay.
Good day there.
Oh my goodness, you got some stuff here going on.
yeah.
Hey. Clean that up a little bit.
The guy who was here keeps getting killed, so
Did you find the Voyager thingy?
no, he keeps. He was here. He got killed, and now he's over on a different one.
Of course he was.
It happens. Thank you, Chris.
No worries, I got you. Excuse
This one
me,
done.
that
Go take care of
adapter is
Chris.
not allowed. Thank you.
Pessimist sees a dark tunnel, and Optimist sees light at the end of the tunnel. Realist sees a freight train. The train driver sees 3 idiots standing on the tracks. Thank you.
Oh my god,
So
for
true.
real. Uh-oh. Adapter's moving to 1. No, go away.
Okay, 3's up. I'm going over to 2.
I'm trying to help with 1.
So I figured I'd take 2. Two's up. Yay.
Oh, I finally actually finished the trailer. Holy, that's so cool! I'm so excited.
Well, just looking at the visuals, what I liked about it so far is just that it's so much more focused on people versus pew-pew. There we go. Yay.
Well, you're not lost on the audio because there's no dialogue in the whole thing.
I didn't think there would be much. here,
What? There's no dialogue in it? That's an
Yep.
interesting approach.
So if you want to watch it with just the sound, you are safe to do so. No dialogue. You just have a good time.
Well, even if there's music, they'll get you on music.
They got me on the music. It's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I've gotten my one copyright strike I've ever had is because there's a 3-second clip of the music from Picard.
Oh, I've had probably about 2,000 or 3,000 copyright things, whatever. And not one has followed up, so you're good. Don't worry about it.
Oh, gosh darn, it came too late.
Twitch is actually very good at catching it for you, and so they mute your upload,
Oh, that's interesting.
and they, yeah, so
it
it's
got through
built in.
Twitch.
It's been built in.
I got it
forever.
on YouTube when it got moved over, so Twitch
Oh!
didn't catch it.
Oh, I don't know about that. No, that's different.
That's okay. Once you get
It
over,
tends to mute itself out too.
yeah, it gives you the option
Yeah.
to just cut that section out, which I did.
Well, if it's a Twitch stream and it goes to YouTube, the audio's already been muted before it gets to YouTube. Like Twitch internally does it.
May not. Or sorry, might do it now, but it didn't do it historically. This goes back a
yes,
while.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of copyrights, I got a copyright strike on my theme song, which I actually bought and have the copyright to from the guy, and he did a copyright strike on me, and I'm like, dude. And he wrote back going, sorry, just, it was an automatic thing. I'll apologize to them and get it fixed, which he did. Good for him. So I'm watching some YouTube short yesterday, and there's my music. And I'm like, that's so funny. There's something stupid,
That's so
too.
silly. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. So, a weird one with one of our community members from World of Warships. He actually is really for, I think the better part of his life, the last 35, almost 40 years, is an official DJ from when you could get really good records on your DJ set and copyright your mix.
Ooh.
And of course he has long pieces of mix on his sets, and his stream gets copyright hit all the time with official threats. Not like the oh, it's heard something and we'll mute it and whatever. No, he'll get threats from the thing, official strikes on his account. And he's like, no, I literally I am the person that owns the rights to this version of this mix. I did the mix. They're like, no, this is
What
the
happens
song.
is there are companies that go out,
Yeah.
and even though they don't own the copyright, they will try and get the copyrights and put on false strikes against individuals.
Right. And then put the it's almost like a ransomy thing,
It
and
is.
they put it up to the company that actually has them. They're like, hey, look, I found a thing. Can you,
Yep.
pay us out a percentage for finding it? And it's like, no. So yeah, he found that out, and then he also found he made a deal with the people that actually had it. So he has a ton of things with Interscope, and he's like, no, I have this is mine. This is literally my mixes on official songs. So. He does a lot of industrial and alt metal, and I'm like, dude,
Why are these
If I-
cubes not dying?
it's like, could I have
crap.
your mixes on my stream, and would that be legit? He's like, as long as I say it's okay, absolutely. I was like, I can listen to all my favorite music, and it's clean. He's like, pretty much. I was like, that's cool.
Pi
There's a
says,
couple of-
Darude, the DJ creator of Sandstorm, got banned from Twitch. He was banned for his own music, and he had to contact Twitch. And was like, guys, it's my song. Yeah, it's not the first time.
Yep, I feel
Seriously.
it. Yep.
Why can't we take down these cubes? This is crazy.
Because everyone else is dying because of the spheres.
I'm dying because of the cubes.
There's a lot of spheres.
There's a lot of spheres, but...
Yeah, the automatic system they use to catch stuff, especially for more popular things, it makes sense.
It's just a mindless bot.
Right, and then the bot tells another bot and tells another bot, and they all agree, and they're like, oh, this is not legit. And it's like, yeah, that was 30 seconds of one thing, not the whole song. So now you're not even sampling the version that is that version. You're just hearing part of it, and they go, oh no, this is somebody can't have it muted or deleted or messaged.
Citalia, no, this is on advanced. It is definitely not elite.
No, we wouldn't go for elite.
I wouldn't
When
do
are we
elite on
getting
this.
another difficulty?
I wouldn't do elite on this tune. I don't think I'd do elite on this DFO.
I think we just get tugged with people who just don't have the firepower.
Yeah, two of them don't.
This is why
Do
some of
I
them
need to
struggle
install?
even defending the point.
No, we've unfortunately got a
install.
full team here, so that won't do it. Oh, good. Finally got this one to 91.
Dang. You're up extra late, Mom.
Say again?
You're up past an extra hour.
Well, since I don't have a full-time job anymore,
Oh, is that a
There's
thing now?
also spheres.
Oh,
It's what a
I'm
thing.
excited. I didn't know. I've been kind of out of the loop.
No, I've retired. I had a bad day on December 20th when I discovered that everybody else in the company got a raise and I didn't.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Do not
Also
give
awesome.
Do not give the person who processes payroll the information that everybody else in the company got a raise, except you. That does not
that's,
fly.
Because they assume that, well, because you're quitting, what's the point of giving a
They
raise,
didn't know
right?
I was quitting. I wasn't going to quit until February or March.
Send you should have sent
I mean,
everyone's checks to,
they
to everybody
thought
else.
that I meant that they thought you were retiring, so they didn't bother, right?
They didn't know when I was going to retire. And
But
the
you were
thing
on the
is,
retiring path, weren't you?
Trajectory, yeah.
yeah, but the plan was I was going to stick on there at least part-time for the next year because I have knowledge of certain functions in the company that I created and nobody else has.
Oh, no. It's more fun that you got to leave
Yeah.
early now.
Let's just put it this way: my replacement. Oh gosh, this thing. This is
What?
crazy. Why can we not get this stupid cube down?
I'm
It-
kidding
it
the one
rem-
that moved on
Oh,
the
there's
outskirts.
there's one up or down, like super high or super low that no one's killed yet, and there's some other thing keeping it up,
This
as is tradition.
This is ridiculous. Hang on, let me switch out some weapons here.
Or they're just a bad group. I don't know.
It's a bad group.
It's a bad group.
Not talking smack about my fellow players, but every now and then you don't get the best groups out there. Let's see what we can do here.
You should try World of Warships.
No,
You
thank
have
you.
a great time.
Right, I'm gonna swap weapons to something
Yeah, I just
stronger.
did that. What have we got here?
Talk about everybody
that
on the
was
team
radio
every night.
listening.
Oh my god, it's back to 91. How?
I have a set of radiolithic
Go for
beams, so I'm just gonna go for them.
Well, happy congratulations there on retirement, Moms. That's awesome.
Satelli says we'll finish the TFO around 8 a.m.
Wow, the cube regenerated already. Oh,
Yeah.
Fridge off. Fluff off of me. No tractoring beams. And it's already at 90%.
One.
'87.
Someone focus on the spheres. I don't have the firepower to take out the spheres fast enough.
Can't take them down now, but
No.
if they were moving in the one unison trajectory, I could yeet them out of the system, out of the area, but there's no time to conduct that.
I'm gonna try and
Because
take
I've got
out
the
some of these
portal
spheres
weapon, so
over
I
here.
can move them somewhere 15 kilometers away from here. But they would have to go in a straight line in all the other elevations.
Now I'm taking damage.
You are bored. You are a flying junkyard. Shut up and die. Your persistence is futile, Borg. And we are sick of your assimilation. Warmers might help a little.
What'd you do? You got this to 74, 76? Well, at least it's less
Yeah,
than 90.
kinda still fighting me. Trying to nullify the stuff, but their base hull amount is like 10 million
Yeah.
HP, so like yeah.
Satalia says, correction, we'll finish when it's time to start tonight's stream. Yep.
Probably. God, this is the weakest team I've ever played
This
with.
one's down to 25, so that's something.
22, 21. Yeah, this one's gonna blow now.
You could do a complete install from scratch before we get done with this thing.
This cube is done.
Well, I bet.
Now, let's see if we can take out this guy.
As long as what's the name fun in the squad? but freaking what's his name?
Say again.
Just nukes everything.
What?
The freaking is it? Oh, I forget what's his name. That has the crazy torpedo build.
Hey, if we had a Taz, this would be a lot faster. I will say that.
Yeah,
Would have
Taz.
looked at those cubes and they would have just disintegrated.
Well, we wouldn't have had the issues we had from the get-go.
Taz got me to uninstall this game just to play Need for Speed, and now it doesn't even open when I try to launch it. Blame Taz for everything.
Well, Taz
all
has
his
got
fault.
his own issues at the moment with computer land, so...
No issues.
Yeah,
He was just
and he
bored
passed them on to me. It's his fault.
has an issues that he's bored too many times, but that's what ADHD people have. I would know. One of them.
I'm not bored.
Because he's not playing Mecha Break. This game is just too good. Been waiting for this to just go live eventually.
35% and
3, 2,
dropping.
1, 30. $20. Come on. 10.
210. Goodbye.
Yay.
Yeah, change your weapons really helped. It's funny because technically
Oh,
the
pie,
pulse
thank
phaser
you.
decrease resistance of the enemies, but apparently the radiolithic are they have higher DPS count and higher damage overall.
Ah, thank you, Pie. Thank you for those cheers.
The enemy incursion has been thwarted.
I'm
Well,
just glad
that's
it's
hurt.
over.
Yeah. Ah, yeah, it's a good thing I don't have to go to work.
I mean, I have
That
no
was
regrets
almost
about
30
requesting it, but
minutes
it
to
took
get that
30
thing done.
minutes, yeah.
Oh. That was awful. Okay, hang on, let me check. Satalia's memes.
Uh-oh.
Satalia.
However, the Klingon.
Finally. Alright, I'm gonna go have my life for the next few hours. We will be on tonight, at least that's game plan, 7 p.m., so roughly 12 hours from now, 11 and a half hours from now. If you'd like to join us, we would love to have you along for the ride. I have no idea what we're doing. It's Tuesday? We might be doing the Tholian Captain on Nukar for those who want to get it done. Other than that, I have no game plans for tonight, but for today, we have Omegas to be hunted, and I have to hit the gym. Ouch, because, there's nothing better to do than hit the gym. Excitement City. So, on behalf of the Dark Mom Consortium, Moopsy in the Morning, I want to thank everybody who joined us today. Blah, 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 blah. You know the drill. So, stay...
Stay
Moopsome.
Oopsie.
Moopsy, Moopsy.
Shun the non-believer. Shun.
Take
I love
care,
that.
everyone.